This actually came from two sources. My Skype call tonight and a conversation I was having with a friend on Facebook. As you know, unless you live under a rock, unless you're on the planet Pluto, Dave Hester has come out and said that Storage Wars was fake. They were planning stuff, staging stuff, salting the units. And as you can understand, there are many people in the Storage Wars camp, Andy, and the production company was, no, it's completely honest, and no, we wouldn't do anything, and we're completely above board. And it got me to thinking. Because, someone asked me a very, very good question tonight, and it's been kind of circulating, the legalities of this. Because, it's like, could they be in deep doo-doo? And my estimates are no. Because there are many ways that they can do this and not break the law. That's right, not break the law. So if they don't break the law, there's nothing bad going to happen to them for doing what they do. And the quickest and the easiest way to explain it to you is to go from the lean process from start to finish. In each step, there's a way that they can do the trickeration. There's a way for the subterfuge and the bamboozlement to happen. Let's start at, how does a person enter the lien status? They're late. Depending upon the storage facility, 5, 7, maybe 9 days, two things happen. Number one, your gate code no longer works. Number one. The second thing, the storage facility takes a lock and they lock up your unit. Depending upon the policies of that storage unit facility, they may or may not cut the lock off. If they cut the lock off, they're going to put a seal on it. At that point, you're in lien status. What does that mean? They're going to go and file the writ, the whole thing, which is essentially just an eviction. And they're going to file all that paperwork. And that's why when you see storage auction listings, the advertisements, the announcements, there's all these names. But when you go to the auction, half of not more are gone because they paid up their bills. But they had to pay that lien fee to settle up. So let's look at this. I just gave you a major way for trickeration to happen. Say, during that period, person comes to him, and I've been in the office and I've heard this, I can't pay, but I don't want the unit. You can have it. There is a contract where the tenant can sign over that unit to the storage facility to do whatever they want. So that happens. But the auction is still legally advertised. There's a seal still on the unit. So when you check your newspaper, blah, 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 this unit, often they don't put the seal number in the auction listings. I think they should. So you look at your paper, yep, legal auction, seal, I'm good to go. That's one way. Let's talk about another way. This tenant is in the storage auction lien status. They make a partial payment. The company says, hey, we're going to take your partial payment. But the tenant is a yard bird. And they renege. And they don't come up with that second payment. Then the lien status thing starts all over again. There's some kind of limbo. They should start, but it's kind of limbo-ish. And they don't go with it. And they sell a unit. Now, they could get in trouble, but I'm going to give you some more insights. Remember how I said in all my videos that property managers could be your best friend and you really need to be nice to them? Take them some donuts, some coffee. Sometimes just rub their shoulders because they work hard. Property managers know everything that they can know about that tenant. And with probably a 95% accuracy rate, they can tell you if that person's going to pay up or not. They're that good. And you want to know why? Because they call this person 100 times. They've talked to them. They've called their job. They know. I've had many seasoned property managers like, he says he's coming, but he ain't coming. And one chick's like, oh, I bet you money. And I was like, because they always come in the last minute. And I was getting ready to throw that 20 on the counter, but the common sense God said, no, don't do it. Don't do it. And I put my 20 back in my pocket. And 5 minutes later, the auction started. We went out. I actually bought this unit. The whole time I'm thinking he's going to come to the office, because if they come and pay before you get back to the office, you can lose that unit. Understand, the storage facility is trying to appease their customer. They're going to make more money from that customer than you. So there's another way for them to sell that unit, because they know most of the time, not 100% of the time, they do make mistakes, but they know pretty high on the predictability chart of who's going to pay and who's not. So with that information, they can slide a unit into that category. Once again, no legalities, because the big reason, how many of you who've lost your units, because I know you watch this channel, I get the emails, have gone back to the storage facility and asked these questions? Did my unit sell? How much did it sell for? Was there any overages? And where's my check? I'm not going to mention their name, but I know of a certain company that had a policy that the tenant had to request the overages, and within a specific amount of time. If that didn't happen, the money went to the company. One night, I was out drinking with one of the managers. She was so cute. Cute girl. And she had a little liquor in her. That liquid truth. I was like, so how many of those people actually come forth and actually request the overages? And she just started laughing hysterically. She said, since I've been here 7 years, not one. Not one. So they know that 99.8% of the people who lose their units are not coming back. Why? Shame. You lost your unit. You hit a bad patch. What, you really don't want to be reminded of that shit. You're not going to go back there. Every time you drive by that particular storage facility, you may even shut it. Oh, I lost my shit there when my life wasn't good. So that's another way. Now here's another way. Legal. Here's a TV show. And understand, this is just me making hypothetical assumptions based on my knowledge from the storage auction business. I wasn't there. I don't know if you're doing this stuff. I'm just assuming. Please engage me in this exercise. So you're a storage company, and you've got this big old production company, and you know they need some shit. So what do? You have a friend, John Doe, rent a unit. John Doe doesn't never pay. And the thing is, in the storage auction business, especially when they have a dollar special, you get people who are renting a unit in May, and that sucker's going up for auction in August, September, October. They rent it, and they never make a payment on it. So it is not like it has to be a very long period of time, because understand, this production company has a schedule, and they're going to tell the storage facilities what their schedule is so they can plan for this. This thing's been going on for 3 years now, so the machinery is well oiled. There's so many ways. So you get John Doe to rent this unit, and you put whatever you want in that unit. Rent it by John Doe. Now the thing is, since John Doe rented this unit, and John Doe is never, ever going to come back to the storage facility, you don't even put that unit for the general bid. You just kind of make it look like everyone's bidding, so that way not some high roller could come in and steal the thunder. He never even sees that unit, but it's advertised in the paper. But you, being a seasoned auction buyer, knows, well, maybe they paid up. So you don't even miss it from the count because you didn't know about it from the jump. So here's this unit rented by John Doe that lives on planet Neptune, drinking the sipper, and you just see a door little fancy video work. It looks like everyone's bidding on it, but maybe not. So it's loaded with great stuff. It's loaded with wonderful stuff. It's loaded with outstanding stuff. Don't have to worry about getting caught, because John Doe's your bitch. Yeah, John Doe's your bitch. So your bitch ain't gonna fuck you over. So that's another way to stage a unit. There's more. Let's talk about, you own a storage facility. You have units that people have given to you, but they didn't sign any paperwork. They just abandoned the unit. Some storage facilities don't hold auctions for months. Some places have them once a year. Some places have them every quarter. So you've got this big old reservoir of all these units. If you're the storage facility that's cut locks, you know what's in the unit. You got videotape. You got pictures. You put your seal on it. Seal means nothing because you own the storage facility. You've got a pocket full of seals. Don't mean nothing. Don't mean nothing. Don't mean nothing. Don't mean a thing. So you got all that. So you can kind of pick and choose what you're gonna put in that unit. And because you've had these units so long and you've contacted the owner over and over for 6 months, you know they ain't coming back. So you can do what you want. So as you can see, there are so many ways that you can fake this, yet still purportedly have a legal auction and prevent, a high roller from coming in. Because understand, I wasn't there. Can't call names. Can't give locations. But I've had people from my group say, yeah, I was standing next to one of the stars and the cameraman like, yeah, we bidding on this one. Really? Why is the cameraman making decisions? He ain't nobody. He ain't nobody. How is the cameraman making decisions? Because someone who is somebody told his ass to tell the star, this is the one. Because the cameraman needs to know the right shots to take. The cameraman has to be in the loop. He has to be in. Yeah, see, this is the loop, and he's up in there. Cameraman has to be in the loop. So the cameraman's providing direction. Because he's got information in his vest. Yes, we're going to bid on 1010 and we're going to bid on 306. And let's talk about a high roller pops in there, right? Pops in there. He gets one of those units. Mr. High Roller, we need that unit. How much? Understand, most storage dogs don't make a lot of money. They turn a lot of money, they buy and they sell, but they don't make a lot of money. And it's like, well, you bought that unit for $1,500. What if you give you $3,000, just like the Price is Right style? Right now, cash money. What I know about storage auction people, they're gonna take it. Because it's a double come up and you ain't done shit. So, are they gonna talk? No, because they want to be on television. They're not gonna piss off the reality television gods. No. They want to be on television. They feel like, I did them a solid. I'm gonna get me a shot. They ain't gonna rat them out. No. Because there's a lot of stuff that goes with this. There was an article in the place that I will remain nameless that was talking about, oh no. And I was reading it and I was just like, ain't this some bullshit? Now let's eradicate everything I just told you. The auction's over. All the units are BOLO. You see that a lot on Storage Wars, Auction Hunters, and that other show that shall remain nameless. They're not like real tasty. So it's a pretty good chance they're not gonna go for that much. So you got the BOLO units, legal unit, it's in the paper, a real person lost it. But remember what I just said to you, they never come back. Ever. Understand, these TV shows, they're filmed months in advance. So when you see it that person had lost that unit anywhere from 6 months to a year prior. So even if they're watching Storage Wars, they may or may not. It's like, yeah, they kind of look like my stuff, but I'm not certain. You can't just go in and like, yeah, you sold my stuff. Oh, you were late. You didn't pay your bill. You can make a ruckus, but without proof, it can come back on you, because a lot of people do sue these places, and then most of them don't win. Most don't win. Some do, but most don't. So these BOLO units, and this is the thing, and if you've seen the shows, it's always that unit that's nondescript. There's not a lot of good stuff in there. Then, wow, here's this beautiful thing that was tucked in the corner, or in bubble wrap. The rest of the unit looks like hell, like someone just took one of those assault rifles that they're trying to get banned and just went. The unit's totally BOLO, but there comes this shiny object. During that period where they break off to go back and check, you don't have that kind of time when the real auction is going on, because they're going from unit to unit to unit. You don't have 5-6 minutes to leisurely walk back and lift up the door. That's after the auction. Sometimes their clothes are looking a little different. If you see, if it's an outside unit, look at some shows and look where the sun is. You'll see the shadows are different, because they went back later. That's an old military Indian trick. Shadows change. You can tell time by shadows. Just look. Don't take my word for it. Just look. You'll see the shadows are different. The shading's different. The shadows fall, because it's a different time. You can do that. So the unit sold legally at auction. It was advertised. Once you buy it, you can do whatever you want to with it. Whatever. If you want to set that bitch on fire, you could, because it's yours. If you want to put a little something in there and create a little trickeration, you could do that too. Then you hear, hey, after the auction, people are hanging around to check. Hold on. Bullshit flag. If there are other auctions, nobody's hanging around, because they got to go out and make their money. It's like, let me sit here and say, let me see if I can catch them doing something. A few curious people may stay, but they got all day. I was up for a reality show. That shit's all day, because you do take after take after take. They can literally be there for 12, 14 hours. They're not going to stay there all that time. It's like, yeah, we're going to do this take, we're going to do this take. The coast is clear, they're gone. Salt, shake that salt, baby. Shake that salt, shake it. Shake it. So even when, we hung around and no, they didn't do it. They could, if it's an inside unit, that shit could be done at 12 o'clock midnight. Your ass ain't there. You don't have access. There are so many ways that this could be faked. Once again, these are just my opinions. I was never on the set. I don't know. I just bought 1,300 units myself, participated in partnerships with another 150 units, and people gave me about 100 units. So 13, 14, 50, damn near 1,600 units. That's all I know. Cleaning out 10 by 20s, coming out with sawdust on my head. That's all I know. But hey, if you, for some reason, are so stupid to actually believe that shit is real, and if you go out there and lose a bunch of money on the auction trail, your dumb ass deserves it, because it's not real. It's fake, fucking fake. From the ruler to the tutor. That's how fake it is. So, just a little food to digest. There's so many ways to do it, because there's so many layers to this business that you don't know about. I have been in the office when people were begging and crying and all kinds of deals, and I've dated a few facility managers, so I really know this shit. Because some of those girls were fine. Woo! One in particular, I met the kid of she was just walking magic. She just glided across the property. I was just like, yeah, a lot of people date storage facility managers, and there's benefits. It's nothing like friends with benefits. So, like I said, you can choose to live in the fantasy world of this is real at, oh yes, I got your ass at the California zip code 66666. You can believe that if you want to, but my assumption is the trickeration, the fakeration was much larger than I thought. Because I did a review months ago, and I was like, yeah, but I believe there's a certain amount of staging because of the production, because there's no way you're gonna find that type of stuff consistently. I have bought 25, 50 units 2 months in a row, and out of 100 units, there was like 2 that were like stellar. And understand, I was able to make money on most of them because I wasn't looking for the wow factor. I was looking for the profit factor. If I made more money than I spent after expenses, that's called profit. And it was like, yay! Because I'm making money, bitch. So that's the deal. Hopefully I've entertained you this evening because I'm just thoroughly tickled here. And I'm going to throw out another prediction. I don't think this shit with Dave is over. I think there's some more shit that's going to pop out the car. Just like clowns at the circus. I just have a feeling. I don't know why. I could be wrong. But I have a feeling there's going to be some more shit popping off. Just got a feeling. Because Dave, many people look at him as a villain. Many people look at him as egotistical and this and that. But one thing Dave is smart. Don't let the little black uniform fool you. He's smart. Understand that. He's filed a lawsuit and he's talking. And he has one of the best attorneys in the country. His attorney would tell him to shut up if he didn't really have something. They got something. And A&E and whatever, like, yeah, we got this. And seriously, Dave's gonna get paid. Understand this, because Dave's got something. He's going to get paid. He's going to get what he wants. Trust me on that. He's going to get what he wants. Because he is not like, he's not doing, oh please, no, Dave acts like that jilted chick that went to your house at 2 o'clock in the morning and put a brick through your windshield. She don't give a fuck because she's that pissed. And she knows you cheated on her ass. She ain't like, oh my friend. No, she saw your dick in the pussy and she knows. That's why there's a brick in your passenger seat and cheater written on the side of your car with her keys. Because she knows. And that's how Dave is acting. Dave is throwing bricks. Next thing you know, he's going to be throwing damn Molotov cocktails up in there. Because he's going scorched earth. And once again, Dave is smart. There's more to this. There's way more to this. A lot of CYA going on because I look and I get Google alerts when shit goes on and I just look at this stuff. Dave's salary out there, I was wrong. He was only making $25,000 per episode plus some other expense bonuses and whatever. My little rinky-dink business was doing like 70 G's. I was maybe 1/4 the size of Dave's business, so Dave was losing some cheese. He was losing a lot of cheese. A lot of cheese. And like I said in the last video, he's looking at that. He's trying to recuperate any way he can. So if he's got to light that match and pour that gas, he's going to do it. All right, this is Glendon. I will see you in the next video. If you want to learn how to buy real storage auctions and to be a real storage auction buyer, get a copy of my Journey to Storage Auction Success audiobook. And coming soon, Pimping Craigslist for Fun and Profit, the Chrome Edition audiobook. Coming soon.